Hey everybody, it's Pete. Good morning. It is Wednesday, July 1st, 2020. Really good bullish price action Monday and Tuesday. If you didn't make some money, you're missing something because we've had some really obvious trades. Congratulations to everybody in the boot camp yesterday who took advantage of Newmont, which was a really easy breakout that we're holding as a swing trade. We set our targets yesterday. We do have some stocks in the news. We actually comfortably traded Lululemon yesterday after the news, the takeover of Mirror. Looking for some follow through there today. So we actually have three stocks in the news that we should be getting some bullish follow through today in sync with the market trading bullish the last couple of days, which includes Beyond, FedEx, and again, we're going to go to Lulu, which is not an earnings play, but it's definitely a news play. So we're going to head right over to the charts. The futures are actually trading negative this morning. Not by much, but I think it's still going to be a buying opportunity on a lower opening today. We're going to use what we call a false positive trade for early day traders if you're getting involved. So swing trades, keep hanging on to those trades that are still working. It's a big question I keep getting in feedback and especially in emails is how long do I hold my winning swing trades? Well, first of all, you need to have an idea of what you're going to do with that before you put the trade on, especially on the downside. One of the biggest revelations that people have when they first start to come into a professional community is they realize that they don't have to stay married to a position, and in an instant just saving money on losing trades where you don't hold on to them anymore, or if you use what we did a video a while back about learning how to scale out of positions that aren't working and when to get back into those positions. Just learning how to not lose money and hang on to trades that don't do what you want them to do, that makes a massive difference in your monthly P&L. If you want to find out how other traders are doing in the boot camp, just scroll down. There's going to be a link down there. You can find out what's included. Make the investment in yourself. We have just amazing opportunity right now, and if you're not capturing some of this, just make that decision if you want to invest in yourself for July. Today's the 1st of July, so it'd be pretty awesome to have you in there, especially if you're super smart at chart reading, but you just can't figure out that last piece, and that last piece is tape reading, which is what we do. And we also did a video this morning on momentum trading. I think you might find that pretty helpful too. But anyway, we're going to go over to the charts. We have probably about a dozen trades today. One thing I want to say, because it's an early 3-day weekend this week, volume really drops off a cliff, especially because tomorrow, Thursday, will end up being what's technically Friday, right? So be super careful about paying attention to whether your stock is trading good enough volume to warrant putting risk on. And you'll be able to see that intraday based on the melted candles, or other people might call doji type candles. If you start to see that with consistency, especially if your stock's trading in a range and not bouncing out of it, don't put your money in harm's way if the probabilities are much lower. So we're going to head over to the charts. We're going to take a look at some ideas for today. And I think we got a good list today as well. So we're going to just take a quick look at the market and how we've traded this week. I've been obviously talking about this box for a while. This is where we broke the long-term 3-month uptrend at this point after the FOMC announcement, and we didn't break it really that much. We kind of dipped below it. We dipped below 300, but we're still in this box. The only thing I do like from today's perspective, despite the fact that we're trading a little bit lower right now, is we actually just had a well-bid candlestick now in the SPY that also closed near the highs. So I'm kind of, and the only reason we didn't close on the highs is we had this little sell-off of market on close orders. But I like it long again today. If it opens low and finally claws its way back above the opening price, there's no reason to trade in and out of stuff. We've been holding that bid so far. But again, from a day trading perspective and the way the market's set up right now, unless you're trading a stock that's got clear room to go, I'm mostly trading a little bit less share size because the conviction level is not there. We're not looking at longer term beautiful pictures anymore. And just to give you an idea, this is kind of what's going on in the weekly chart right now. We actually have 2 weeks of consolidation. The exciting part of that is we'll break out of that with a good trend. Obviously, if you're bullish, you want to see it break out to the upside. So the stocks that we're talking about in the news today, Lulu, we're actually looking for follow through today on the bullish news. If you were not long, if you did not initiate a trade prior to the gap, you kind of had to day trade it yesterday. Yesterday would have been a spot. We're looking for 328 to be the first level, looking for a pause and then new push through there. So you can look to initiate a new long above yesterday's close and look for that 328 level. FedEx actually had earnings, and look at that, it's up 11%. 150 was the resistance. We blew through the 150. Looking at some longer term charts, you can see that we're kind of like right here, 160-ish would be the next level. So I think the better trade in FedEx today, especially if you're day trading, is to wait for a pullback. Intraday, we call that the false positive, and then look for a spot pushing up to that 160 level. I saw a story this morning about Beyond Meat and Baba this morning. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that trades. This stock has been very inconsistent, very similar to Boeing. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. But when it does trend, you get these kind of days, and you could really make your month in one day. We get too many of these where it's inconsistent, but you get one of these, it's worth your attention, and it looks like we're going to have some attention in there today. So definitely have your focus over there. Newmont is one that we're still looking for a swing trade. Just a fantastic, fantastic job by everybody in the boot camp yesterday who took advantage of this. We had our reasons for the trade. It was super simple entry signal, blasted in our favor immediately, and we're looking for some follow through here again today. KC is one that's been called out quite a bit. I personally have not traded it, but I do like the fact that it cleared 31. So as long as it's above 31, I'm going to look to be long that as well. FSLI, actually, something interesting happened yesterday, and we kind of called this a couple of times last week in DKNG, and you can see that we had selling here, right, which was way overdue. But then yesterday we had an inside candle on, again, double normal volume, and that's not normally good for a stock that you're looking for continuation in. So let's pay attention here. If you happen to be long momentum profits here, just pay attention to that massive volume spike and an inside candle. That's not really what you want to see. Tesla popped through there yesterday. Again, really good job by everybody in the room. We had somebody say they made a few $1,000s yesterday trading Tesla long. I could see why. Very nice job. We're still looking long there. Here's a stock that we called out about a month ago that we've been waiting for it to break this range. It feels like forever. Finally punched through that level, HOLX, did so on increased volume. As long as it stays above 55, we're looking to remain long there, and punching out to the longer time frames, you can see that we are off the charts. So question we get is, when do I take profits? Well, when a stock is breaking through all-time highs, you have to look to the left and see where the stock normally moves in a bullish move. And here, we essentially went from 32 to, let's say, 41. So look for a $10 move through 54. So right around 64, 65 would be the first target up there. GSX is another one that punched through. I don't like the fact that it punched through and did not close near the highs. So this needs to stay above 58 for me. If it does, I'll look for a spot to bid. But right now, it's actually trading lower. An interesting one that popped up yesterday, and I'm going to say interesting for a very specific reason. It was one of the weaker stocks on the tape yesterday, obviously with the market going higher, but using your tape reading skills, take a look at this. Expand, look at that. That is very likely the beginning of accumulation. So I would not be so quick to be selling short this stock. We actually saw the same thing in the airline stocks over here, where we said, it's going to be hard to sell short. It's going to be hard. We're seeing volume. We're seeing people loading up on it down here. And that probably is the first sign over here. So we'll keep an eye on that. Next, we have some goodies that have been paying off. We were watching Etsy in this 5-day pause. We said when it breaks out, be all over it. We were yesterday. Nice job. Shop as well. Looking for a new swing trade here in Shop. Same exact chart. Microsoft breaking out to all-time highs. It has to stay above that level. Let's go out to the much longer time frame. You can see that we're all-time highs here. And last but not least, stock that's been coming up in the boot camp as well every day. Not, to me, not necessarily a day trade. I think that the candles are a little bit inconsistent, but I do think you can day trade it as a position trade. I think if you're trying to momentum trade in and out, it might be a little frustrating, but I love the fact that it finally popped through this level. As long as it stays above 45, I like it long. So we have some good opportunities today. One thing I will say, some people have been trying to pick a short sale. Short sales just haven't been working right now. The only time they have been working is when the stock has had some pretty bad news, obviously like the FOMC announcement. Boeing sold off a little bit. I'm still not trading Boeing. I don't like the way it goes up $5 one day, down $5 the next day. To me, you can't have conviction. One day of buying is not enough to have conviction. Absolutely can day trade it if you're in the market every day, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for positions that I can hang on to, positions that have a lot of capital committed to them, which is order flow. and then I'm looking to read the tape to find the best opportunity. So that's what I have today. If you have any questions, absolutely leave them below. Also, if you like the channel and you find the videos helpful, please click down and subscribe. That would be awesome. And if you want to learn to trade together, click down and see how the bootcamp works. So have a great day, everybody.